What is going on, everybody? This is Xbox Architect here, and this is part 2 of this ranch house build. And in this video, we're going to go ahead and fill out all the interior spaces. So go ahead and follow along with me, and let's get right into it. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to build out the fireplace. So you're going to come over here in the living room to this indent that we've already made. And you're going to take away these 3 blocks of wood right on the floor and replace them with netherrack. And then on the outside of that, you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just 1 block farther over than that on either side, and replace it with polished andesite. Next thing that you're going to want to do is take pillar quartz blocks, and you're going to raise this all the way up to the ceiling on both ends on either side of that 3 block wide indent. And then you're going to take a fire charge and you're just going to go ahead and light those blocks of netherrack on fire. Next thing you're going to do is count 2 blocks from the floor above the fire, and you're just going to fill in the rest of this entire space with unfinished diorite. After that, you're going to take smooth quartz stairs and you're going to place 3 of them upside down right on top of the fire like that, right where the diorite starts. And then you're going to take blocks of black concrete and you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then on top of the black concrete, you're just going to place 3 smooth quartz slabs, and that's going to be a TV. Next thing you're going to do is you're just going to take 3 smooth quartz stairs, and you are going to place those right in the middle up against the ceiling. And there you have it. There's a very simple fireplace. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go around the entire house and we're going to add in some moldings along the ceiling lines. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our smooth quartz stairs and you're just going to trace around the perimeter, placing them up in the corners just like this. And then we'll come into the dining room and do the same thing. We'll do the same thing in the formal sitting room. We'll do the same thing in the mudroom and laundry room. We're going to leave the garage empty because that's typically an unfinished space in the house. So as far as we're concerned, the garage is actually finished unless you want to go ahead and add in something of your own. You can build a car or a little workshop. But basically for this build, the garage, we're going to leave untouched. But we will come into the bathroom and again do the same thing with the trim. We're also going to leave this hallway unfinished because it's only 3 blocks wide, so to be able to fit a bunch of trim in there, it's going to look a little bit more bulky. So we're going to leave that unfinished. But we'll come into each of these bedrooms. And again, go ahead and do the same thing. Just wrap this around this corner. We're going to leave this master closet unfinished as well. But we will go ahead and do the master bathroom. We'll also do the second bathroom for the other bedrooms. As well as both of the other bedrooms. So for this bedroom in particular, you are going to bring these stairs into this little nook and then come around over the closet. But you're gonna fill this in right here, these 2 squares, with just smooth quartz slabs. And we'll actually come in here and put a little light in there later on. We're gonna do the same thing for this bedroom. And again, fill in those 2 squares with the smooth quartz slabs. Now for the kitchen, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start 1 block away from where this wall is up top, right where the ceiling starts, and we're gonna start going around like this. And we're gonna end that at the same point as we did on the other side. So right there. And then what you're gonna do is you're just gonna turn 90 degrees and face in towards the kitchen and place a block just like that on both sides. And then take the smooth quartz slab and just trace right underneath that white concrete wall. And there you have it. There's your trim. Now, if you want to get a little bit fancier with it, in the dining room right here, we could just go ahead and place a slab all the way across down the middle, just like this. And then in this formal sitting room / living room, we can go ahead and do the same thing, as well as do it crossways, just like this. And that creates a kind of more luxurious coffered ceiling type of look. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna come back to these 2 bedrooms over here, and we're gonna put in this light in this little nook just like I was talking about. So what you're gonna need to do is just go ahead and grab a block of white stained glass, and then you're also gonna grab a sea lantern or whichever block you used for the rest of the lights in the house, and you're going to pop out that middle block right there, and also the ceiling material above that, and you're going to replace that with a sea lantern and then place a white stained glass block right underneath that. And we're going to come into this other bedroom and do exactly the same thing. So take away that block, take away the ceiling material, place a sea lantern and the white stained glass. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start on the dining room. And we're going to start the dining room by laying out the table and chairs. So what we're going to do is we're going to place 1 smooth stone slab 2 blocks away from the center point in between these 2 windows. And then we're going to move 1 block in the corner and another block further than that so that they're spaced out just like this. And then you're going to place another one 2 blocks over from that, so there's 1 block of space in between. Do the same thing over here, and do the same thing over here. And this allows for you to have 2 blocks of walking space behind either of these chairs. Just makes it a little bit easier to get in and out of things. Now we're going to start doing the table. So you're going to place 1 dark oak slab right in the center of these side seats, and you're going to raise these up to be 1 block. And then we're going to take 1 more step here. We're actually going to be adding in a little rug or carpet underneath this, and in order to make that work, you're actually going to need to place gray wool blocks underneath the spaces that you can't fit a carpet. So this includes underneath the table and underneath the backs of the chairs. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take away all these wood planks right here in the center, and we're going to replace those with dark gray wool. And then we're also going to do the same thing behind each of these stone slabs. And now we're ready to move on with the table. So what you're going to do is you're going to place 1 block of dark oak slab right in the middle of those 2 blocks in the middle, and you're just going to continue around this perimeter just like this. Now what you're going to do is you're going to come above the table so that you're facing outward on either side, and you are going to place an iron door right behind that stone slab. And it's going to look like this. It's going to look like high back fancy dining chairs. And we're going to continue doing this all the way around. And so your dining table and chair setup should look like this. Next thing that we're going to want to do is we're actually going to cover the dining table. We're going to put just like what would be a tablecloth. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab a red carpet to use, and we're just going to go ahead and put that right over the top of this. Now the next thing you're going to do is you're going to create a little bit more light, because sometimes the lights for the ceiling aren't enough to fully illuminate a space. So what we're going to do is we're going to determine all the corners of where this rug is going to be. So we're going to fill this out so that it extends 1 block further out than the stone slabs. We're going to come in and just fill out all these spaces until you have a completely full rug. And you should have 1 block of dark oak planks on either end of this rug. And then the next thing that you're going to do is you're just going to take away all the corners, and you're just going to mark out where you want to put these lights. And then right in those spots that you just took out, go ahead and place a sea lantern or glowstone or whichever type of illuminating material you want. And then once you do that, you can just go ahead and cover it back up again with the same carpet. All right, next thing we're going to do, we're going to add a little bit of greenery, and we're going to create a sideboard. So what we'll start off with, we'll grab some jungle logs, and we're going to create a 5-block wide row of jungle logs just like that on this wall. And then you're going to just go ahead and put dark oak slabs right on top of that. And then in all 4 corners of this room, you're going to create a block of smooth quartz. And then you're going to take oak leaves and you're just going to raise that up 2 blocks off of the quartz. And then the final thing we'll do in this dining room for right now is we are just going to go ahead and determine where the center point of this table is. And we're going to look up and find that center point on this beam right going down the middle. So you're going to delete that 1 block right there, and then you're going to take smooth quartz slabs, and you're going to come on either side of that and just create kind of a circle effect around this point. And then you're going to go ahead and grab an end rod, and then underneath that end rod, you're just going to place a block of white stained glass. And that's going to give you the illusion that you have like a little fancy light or chandelier or something above the table. And we'll be adding paintings into all these rooms later on, but I usually like to do that all together once everything else is furnished. So at this point right now, our dining room is as far as we're going to get. Next room we're going to do is the formal sitting room or living room, whichever you want to call it. So what we're going to start off by doing is we're actually going to take smooth quartz slabs and do something very, very similar to what we did in the dining room with the greenery. We're just going to create a block in all 4 corners. And then you're going to add oak leaves 2 blocks on top of that. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to grab white wool And you're going to create a line of 3 blocks just like this. And then you are going to bring out both of the edges, leaving the middle space open. And then in that middle space, you're going to place a smooth quartz slab. And then you're going to come over here and you're going to start with 1 block of space in between this plant right here in the corner. You're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then bring out both ends, leaving the middle open. And then you're going to place 2 smooth quartz slabs just like this. And we're going to do the same thing across. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to create a little coffee table. So all we need is dark oak slab. And we're going to place 6 blocks down just like this so that it matches with the middle parts of these 2 side couches. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take light gray carpet and we're going to come in here and we're going to leave 1 block of space on either side of the wall just like this. You essentially want this rug to butt up to the corner of all 4 plants in each corner. Then what we can do is we can go ahead and just delete these corners and place sea lanterns. And then fill those back in. Now, you also might want to have like end tables. So what you can do in that case, you can come in here to the woods and you're going to want to grab a block of jungle wood. And either side of this chair in the back, you can just delete the carpet and throw in a block of jungle wood. And maybe you want to have a couple of decorative plants or something on top of those end tables. So what we'll do is we'll come into the items and we'll just grab a flower pot and then take whichever flower you so choose. In this case, let's use blue orchids. And we can just come in here and place flower pots and the flowers in the pots. Alright, so next room we're going to do is the living room, and we're going to start off by doing couches. So what you're going to want to grab is a block of light gray wool, and right on this first block of this far window towards the fireplace, you're going to leave 1 block of space in between that wall, and you're going to start creating a line of light gray wool, and you're going to end this right at the center point of the window closest to the kitchen. And then you're going to bring this back towards the front of the house another 6 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you're going to place one just like that. And then you're going to place one just like that. And that's going to close it off. So next thing we're going to do is 3 blocks farther away from where the fireplace juts out. 1, 2, 3. And right where it's even at the place where the fireplace meets the wall, we're just going to create a small couch that's 4 blocks wide, just like this. And then for both of these couches, we're going to go ahead and fill those in with smooth stone slabs. Now we'll go ahead and create a little coffee table. So what you're going to need is a dark oak slab, and you're just going to count 4 blocks away from the fireplace, and you're going to create a 3x3 dark oak slab coffee table. And then for end tables, all we're going to need to do is place 1 block of jungle wood on either side of this L-shaped sectional sofa. And again, we can go ahead and add a flower pot if you want to get a little bit more decorative with it. In this case, I'll continue to just use the blue orchids. And that's your general furniture layout. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a rug that goes around this, which is also gonna be able to help out with the lighting. As you can see, it's a little bit dark on the floor. So what we're gonna need to do is just come in here and grab a gray carpet. And we're just gonna start filling in all around this. You're going to want to leave one block of space in between where the fireplace juts out. And you're going to want to end it even with this sectional so that there's one block of wood floor in between the couch and the windows. And then you're going to come over here and you're going to again start it even with that sectional sofa. And we're going to bring it out one block farther than this smaller couch is, just like this. Now we'll go ahead and add in some lights. So in this case, let's just do it in the corners. And then one somewhere in the middle. It doesn't really matter. We'll do the same thing over there. There's not really a corner over here because the sectional sofa is right there. But then we'll also go ahead and add one right there in the center and one right there in the center. And then we'll just delete the flooring material and place down whichever light. This area right here is already pretty well lit from the fireplace, so we're not going to worry about that. But then once you have those placed, all you have to do is just go ahead and fill in the carpet material again. And there's your furniture layout. So now what we're going to do in the living room is we're going to create a couple of bookshelves and shelves and just kind of build up this wall to look more like an entertainment center. So what you're going to grab is bookshelves, and you're just going to fill in these three spaces right next to the fireplace on that side. And you're going to do the same thing over on the other side. You're just going to place three, and then you're going to grab a pillar quartz block, and again you're just going to bring this up to the ceiling, and then you can go ahead and just delete that molding material that we put in. Now what we're going to do is we're going to grab gray carpet, and we're just going to place gray carpet right on the top of these bookshelves. And then you're going to take dark oak trap doors, and you're just going to raise these up to be, let's say, 3 shelves up, just like that. And now you have a little entertainment center. You have a place to be able to store knickknacks or books or DVDs or something like that. Alright, next room we're going to look at is the kitchen. And we're going to start by building up the cabinets and all those types of features on this back wall. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take acacia wood, not the log, but just the wood block. And we're going to lay down all the way around this corner, from the opening to the mudroom, all the way to the opening for the sliding glass door. And you're going to want to make sure that the side orientation that you're looking at, the pattern on the block is facing up and down. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to cut away those 2 blocks right there, and we're just going to build up what's going to be the fridge. So you're going to create a 3-block high fridge with smooth quartz, and then right in the center on both sides you're just going to place a stone button. And then we're going to look at this wall right here, and we're going to cut away those 2 blocks right there in the center. So that's going to be 4 blocks away from that opening and 4 blocks away from where the cabinets meet in that corner. And then you're going to place a chiseled stone brick, just like that. And then on either side of those 2 chiseled stone blocks that you just placed, you're going to raise up quartz pillars. all the way to the ceiling. Then what we're going to do is take smooth quartz stairs and place them right side up, just like that, in the middle. And then we're going to take a polished black stone pressure plate and we're going to place those on top of those stone blocks. And then on the front of that, we're just going to place 2 item frames. And that's going to be like a cooktop, stove, and oven type of thing. And then the next thing we want to do is we're going to place white carpet on top of all of these acacia wood blocks. And this is going to act as like a countertop. So, you know, it's white, it could be marble. Just thinking about what it could be in real life. And then you're just going to place acacia wood right like that. And you're going to do the same thing over here. So it's going to be 2 blocks high, leaving 1 block of space above the bottom row of cabinets. And then you're going to come around the corner and do the same thing. And then just fill in on top of the fridge. And there's your basic kitchen cabinet layout. All right, next thing we're going to do with the kitchen here is we're going to create an island. So what we're going to do is we're going to start laying down rows of smooth quartz, and we want to make sure that it's spaced 3 blocks away from where all the cabinets are currently sitting. And you're just going to bring this over and stop when there's 3 blocks of space right here. And you're going to bring it forward another row. And then you're going to take smooth quartz slabs and you're going to fill it in just like that. So this should be 3 blocks wide and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks in length. And then we're going to go 1 block from the edge in, and we're going to place a smooth stone slab, and we're going to leave 1 block of space in between and continue on so that you place them just like this. And then what you can do on the back side of these slabs, you're going to create a dark oak sign. And you're not going to type anything. This is just a backrest for what would be like a bar stool or something at an eat-in kitchen island. Then you're going to come over here, and right across from where the stove and oven setup is, you're going to place 2 cauldrons, and those are going to be your kitchen sinks. And then right next to that in the center, you're going to place a block of iron, and that's just going to act as what would be like a dishwasher. And then at this point, what we can do is we can fill in the top of the island with carpet. I am using gray carpet just because I think it would look kind of interesting to have 2 different types of countertops. But if you wanted to use the same white carpet for that, you're more than welcome to. Next thing that you're going to do is you're going to come in here and you're going to find an end rod. And you're also going to grab a block of white stained glass. And you're going to come over where both of these end seats are, right in the center of the island, just like this. And you're going to look up at the ceiling and determine where that is. And you're just going to place an end rod. In this case, I placed it 1 block too forward. So we'll just replace it and place it right there. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So that should match up with the seats that you created. And it should be down the center of the island. And then right underneath those end rods, we're just going to place those glass blocks. And now you have a couple of pendant lights that hang over the island. The last thing we're going to do in the kitchen here is just very simple. All we're going to do is create a little side table on this wall in between the windows and the sliding glass door. So just place any block that you choose on either side, leaving 2 blocks of space in between. And you're going to take dark oak stairs, and you're just going to place them upside down, facing inward. Just like that. And then you can go ahead and delete those blocks. And now you have a nice little side table. All right, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start working on the bathrooms, and we're gonna start off by doing the showers. So both the master bathroom and the other bathroom for the other bedrooms are basically gonna be the same as each other, but we'll just go ahead and do those individually. So once you walk into the master bathroom here, it's a 5-block wide by 7-block long room, and all you're gonna do is take away this last row of polished andesite floor all the way to the back, and then you're going to come over here with smooth quartz stairs, and you're just going to place them down right like that. Then you're going to fill in the rest of this space with smooth quartz slabs, and then right above where you place the stairs, you're going to count 3 blocks up, and then you're going to place a smooth quartz slab and bring it all the way across just like that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to place down white stained glass panes, and you're going to do that 4 blocks over and leave this space open. And then you're going to do the same thing over there on the top, and then fill in the middle right like that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to come in the shower, and you're going to place a stone button, and then leave 1 block of space in between, and then place a lever and angle it down, and that's going to be your shower head. And then we'll come over to the other bathroom across the hall, and we're basically going to do exactly the same thing. So come in and delete the last 2 rows of flooring material all the way at the very end. Bring in your smooth quartz stairs just like this. Fill in the remaining space with the slabs, and then leave 3 blocks of space and bring the slabs all the way across like that. And then count 1, 2, 3, 4 with the white stained glass pane. Do the same thing on the top, and then fill it in right down the middle. And then you're going to come in, and you're going to place a stone button, and same thing over here, place the lever leaving 1 block of space in between, and angle it down. Alright, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to start putting in the vanities and toilets in both the master bathroom and the other bathroom by the bedrooms, and they're both going to be shared bathrooms, so we're going to have double vanities. So what we're going to do is we're just going to place down a spruce wood block right in the corner and leave 1 block of space in between, and place a cauldron, and that's going to be your sink and vanity. And we're going to do exactly the same thing on the other side. So place spruce wood block in the corner, leave 1 space in between, and place a cauldron. And then you're going to place white carpet on top of the spruce wood blocks as a countertop. And then right above the cauldron, what you're going to want to place is a white banner. And this is representative of what a mirror is. And I personally think it looks good. If you want to do something different or just leave it out altogether, be my guest. But it just leaves you the pain and headache of having to do all sorts of glass crap for the mirror. And it's just plain and simple. So above that, you're going to place an end rod and do the same thing on the other side. And then we're going to place a toilet. And for the toilet, I always like to use smooth quartz stairs because, again, just kind of like the banner, it's representative. You don't have to do a whole bunch of work to try and make things functional. So that's your toilet. And then next to that, you're going to place a stone button, and that's going to be like your toilet paper holder. And then we're going to come into the master bathroom, and we're going to do pretty much exactly the same thing. So come in here and place spruce wood right in the corner, leave 1 block of space in between, place a cauldron, and then do the same exact thing on the other side. Place white carpet on top of the spruce wood blocks. Place a white banner as a mirror over the cauldron. Do that for both sides. And then place an end rod over the banner on both sides. And then we're going to have our toilet over here, so place that next to the shower, and then place a stone button right next to that. And that's basically those 2 bathrooms. We might go ahead and add like a painting here or there, but other than that, that's pretty much as far as you need to get. Alright, so now we'll come past the kitchen and we'll do the little powder room. So all we need to do is create a single vanity because it doesn't need to be anything super special. It's not shared by a whole bunch of people. So we're just going to go ahead and place the spruce wood blocks in the corner right by this door, leave one block of space in between and place a cauldron, and then place white carpet on top of the spruce wood blocks, and then a white banner over the cauldron, and an end rod over the banner. And then we'll make our toilet in the corner here, so just place your smooth quartz stairs, and then right next to that, a stone button. And now we have all this extra space right here, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to create a little bit of linen storage. So you're going to come over here, and you're going to grab a block of acacia wood, and then you're also going to grab a dark oak trapdoor. So you're going to place 2 blocks of acacia wood right there, and another 2 right there, and you're just going to have 1 block of space in the center. And then on this side, you're going to raise it up to be 3 blocks high. And then you're going to place smooth quartz slabs on top of that. And then 2 stone buttons right in the middle. And over here, you're going to place white carpet on top of those 2 blocks. And then dark oak trapdoors above that. And you're going to have 2 rows of shelving. And now you have some linen storage. Obviously, this is shelves. You can just store towels, anything like that. And then over here, you can store soaps or shampoos or really whatever. All right, so since we're right here, we're going to go ahead and create the mudroom and laundry room. So you're going to start by taking blocks of acacia wood, and you're just going to fill in the entire wall where the window is, and you're going to start filling in on the wall next to the garage, but you're going to leave 1 block of space next to the garage door. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to cut out a space right in the center of that window, and then you're also going to cut out 2 blocks right there, leaving 2 blocks on either side of the opening. And then you're going to place 2 blocks of iron, and these are going to be your washer and dryer. And then place item frames on the front and buttons on the top. And then over here, you're going to place a cauldron, and that's going to be your slop sink. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to place white carpet right over all the acacia wood blocks, and that's going to be your countertop. And then we're going to start making some wall cabinets. So you're going to place 1 block of acacia wood on the very end, and you're going to place 2 blocks from this edge with the window, and that's going to leave 4 blocks of space open above the washer and dryer. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take smooth quartz stairs, and you're going to angle them in upside down just like this, and then you're going to fill in that middle space with smooth quartz slabs. And then at this point, you can just fill in the entire top row with the acacia wood blocks. The last thing that we really need to do in here is we're going to place 3 stone buttons in between the garage door and the powder room, and these are just going to act as coat hooks. If you wanted to add something else in this wall right here, you could maybe put a desk or a table, but just for the sake of time, I'm going to leave it open, and maybe we'll just put a couple of paintings. Now we're going to start working on the master bedroom closet. So we're going to come over here into the closet, and we're going to start by placing pillar quartz blocks in the corner, just like this. And then we're going to bring smooth stone slabs all the way across, just like that. And we're going to leave this wall open just so we can have some walking space. But we're going to create 2 rows of these slabs, and these are going to be like drawers. And then you're going to fill in with white carpet on the top of that. And then you're going to start creating shelves. So bring dark oak trapdoors and place above all the way across, and create 2 rows of shelves. And really that's all you need for a closet. It doesn't need to get super complicated. If you wanted to do something different, what you could do is you could take an end rod. You could delete those shelves right there. And you could place end rods underneath that top shelf, and that's kind of like a space for hanging clothes. Alright, so now we can start working on the master bedroom. What you're going to do is you're going to take jungle wood logs, not logs, just the blocks, and you are going to place a row of 6 jungle wood blocks just like this. It should cover 2 blocks worth of each of these windows. And then you're going to take dark oak slabs and you're going to fill in 4 on top of that, leaving one side open on the jungle wood. And then the spots that you didn't fill in, you're just going to go ahead and place an end rod on both sides. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to place some light gray wool. We're actually going to go ahead and carpet this entire room. And you can see underneath the beds, and we don't want to see any of the wood flooring material underneath the beds. So what we're going to do, we're going to create 4 beds, and we're just going to cut out a ring just like this so that it's even with the slabs that you placed on top of the jungle wood. And then you're just going to fill in with light gray concrete. And these 2 blocks don't really matter because they're not going to be seen, but everything around the edges will. Then what you can do is go ahead and place 4 gray beds just like this. And then if you want, in the front of that, you can go ahead and place smooth quartz slabs, and that's kind of like a footboard. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a little entertainment center and TV area. So what you're going to do is grab a block of pillar quartz, and you're going to place one with 1 block of space next to the main entryway. And then you're going to do 3 spaces in between that and place another one. And that should be centered on this wall. Then you're just going to bring this up to the ceiling. Go ahead and delete the crown molding material that we placed in earlier. And then right down here, you're going to place 3 bookshelves. And right on top of those bookshelves, you're going to do a row of 3 blocks of black concrete. And then you're going to bring that up 1 more. And then on top of the black concrete, you are going to place smooth quartz stairs. And now you have a little entertainment center and TV area. Then what we can do over here is we can just go ahead and create some shelves. So let's go in and let's grab a dark oak trapdoor. And we're just going to place this 1 block above the floor and bring it up so that we have 3 shelves just like that next to the entertainment center. Then what we're going to do is we're going to create a little desk area right here. So we're going to place 1 block right there. It doesn't matter which, it's going to get deleted. But we're going to place dark oak stairs upside down facing inward, just like that. And we're going to fill in the middle with a dark oak slab. And then you can go ahead and delete that block. But like I was saying before, we are going to carpet this entire room. So we're going to want to delete the 3 blocks of flooring material underneath that desk and replace it with light gray wool. And then what you're going to do as a seat, you can either use smooth quartz stairs or dark oak stairs or really any stair material that you want, but we're just going to use the dark oak stairs for the sake of continuity, and we're just going to place 1 stair in front of that desk right like that. Next thing we're going to do is we're just going to create a small dresser on this wall where the entryway for the bathroom and the closet are, and we're just going to put that right in the center. So we're going to create a 3 block wide dresser just by placing down 3 blocks of jungle wood, and then on top of that, all you have to do is place dark oak slabs. And then let's go in and let's grab a button. Doesn't really matter what type of button. In this case, I'm going to use a polished blackstone button. And I'm just going to place 3 buttons right on the end of that. And then because these buttons do take up some space right in front of the dresser, you're not going to be able to place a carpet in front of there. So what you're going to want to do is you're just going to delete the 3 blocks of flooring material in front of the dresser and fill it in with the light gray wool. And now what we're going to do is we're going to start determining where the lights are going to be underneath the carpet. And generally, like I said before, I like to do this because it helps really illuminate a space, because sometimes the ceiling lights don't do enough work. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in the closet and we're just going to place a light block somewhere around there. Doesn't really matter where. Obviously, if you put the end rod in as clothing hangers, that's also going to provide some light. But we're also going to come over here and let's place 2 blocks in front of the bed, just like that. Doesn't have to be exactly the way that I do it, but just to be able to provide a little bit of light, let's do one in the corner underneath the shelf. And the bathroom should be fine for now. Now what you're going to want to do is just take your light gray carpet and start going around the entire room just like this. Do the same thing in the closet. And actually what you're going to do in this doorway right here, you're also going to delete the flooring material and place light gray wool so that you can go ahead and put in a door, because a door is not going to work on top of carpet. And you're going to do exactly the same thing over there for the main entry. Alright, so now that we finished our master bedroom, what we're going to do is we're going to come across the hall and we're going to start working on this first bedroom right here. Now, we're going to do something very similar just for simplicity's sake, but all we're going to start with is jungle wood blocks, and we are going to create a 5-block long line of jungle wood just like this. Again, it should take up 2 spaces of material on either of these windows. And then you're going to place 3 dark oak slabs in the middle, leaving 1 space open on either side. And then you're going to place an end rod just like that. Then you're going to take light gray wool and you're just going to create a ring like this in front, and you're going to place those down. And then let's add a little bit more color in here. Let's use red beds. And then in front of that, we'll make a footboard with smooth quartz slabs. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to create some shelving and some bookshelves just for decoration. So what we're going to do, 3 blocks away from this wall with the windows, we're just going to cut a hole in the crown molding, and we're going to fill in all the way to the floor with pillar quartz. And we're going to do exactly the same thing on the other side. So leave 3 blocks of space next to that wall, and we're just going to fill this in from floor to ceiling. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take bookshelves and we're just going to fill in those 3 spaces on both sides. And then we're going to place white carpet on top, and that's going to be a little countertop material. And then we're going to do shelves with dark oak trapdoors, and we're just going to create 2 rows on top of that. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a little desk right here. So all you need to do is just place 1 block, leaving 3 blocks of space next to this pillar quartz. Doesn't matter which block this is, it's going to get deleted, but we're going to place our dark oak stairs facing inward like that. And then we're going to fill in the middle with a dark oak slab. Then you can delete whichever block you used. And then underneath the desk, again, use your light gray wool and fill it in. And then you're going to place whichever seat, whichever stair material you want to use for a seat. Like I used for the master bedroom, I'm just using dark oak stairs, but you're just going to place it down right like that. Next thing we're going to do over on this side, we'll create another small dresser. So let's place 3 blocks of jungle wood, 3 dark oak slabs on top of that, and then let's go in and let's grab our button. Place 3 buttons on the front. Cut away the floor material in front of the dresser and replace it with the wool. And then what we can do is we can start doing the lights. So again, it doesn't need to be exact. Just to be able to light up the spaces that are a little bit darker, you're just going to determine where those are. Let's place one in this closet area right here, and maybe one right in the center. And then all you have to do is right here, this is where the closet doors are going to be. So all you're going to do is place light gray wool right there in the closet opening, and you're going to do the same thing in the main doorway. And at this point, what you can do is come in and grab your light gray carpet. I almost said concrete. Your light gray carpet, and you're just going to fill in the entire bedroom just like this. You're also going to fill in the closet. Now, with the closet, if you really wanted to, you could go ahead and add in some shelving. I'm planning on just leaving it open, but that's up to you to determine. It's your build. And then we'll move on to this next bedroom at the end of the hall. Alright, so once you get into this second bedroom at the end of the hall and you're looking in like this, you see that there are 2 walls with windows. We're going to build the bed on this wall next to the closet. So we're going to take our jungle wood blocks and we're going to create a line of 5, again covering 2 spaces worth of each window. And then we're going to take our slabs and we're going to place 3 right in the middle, and then place an end rod on either side. And do exactly the same thing as the other bedroom. You're just going to create a ring in the floor with this light gray wool. And then this room, let's use blue beds. And then in front of the blue beds, we'll go ahead and use the smooth quartz slabs. And then let's go ahead and create a desk area. Let's say starting right there. So you're going to place 1 block of light gray wool spaced out 3 from this wall with the other windows, and then you're going to leave 3 spaces in between. And then you're going to place your stairs facing inward upside down. Place your slab right in the center. Take out the flooring material underneath and replace it with the light gray wool. And then place whichever seat you want, again using dark oak stairs. And then over here, let's go ahead and make a dresser. Let's grab our button. And let's replace the flooring material in front of the dresser with the light gray wool. And we don't have a ton of room here for bookshelves or shelving because obviously both of these walls have windows. So what we could do in this little nook right here, let's go ahead and grab a bookshelf. And let's also grab a block of white carpet. Let's go ahead and fill in this nook with 3 bookshelves. place white carpet on top of that, and then you can bring up these shelves just like this. If you wanted to, you could also go ahead and place a shelf above the desk, or you could leave it blank if you want to put a painting there. The next thing that we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and place lights in the floor. Again, doesn't need to be exact. Just figure out the spots that are dark and go ahead and place one somewhat near there. You don't have to follow exactly the pattern that I'm doing, but at this point, we can go ahead and start filling in the rest of the room with the carpet. Now again, you're going to replace the flooring material in this closet doorway with the light gray wool block, and you're going to do exactly the same thing over here in the main entryway. So now that we're done with the bedrooms, let's come back to the entryway over here, and let's just create a little side table. So what you're going to do is you're just going to place any block, doesn't matter which, and you're going to take smooth quartz stairs and you're going to angle them in just exactly the same way you were doing the desks in the bedrooms, and you're going to place a slab right in the middle. Then you can delete those blocks, and we're going to place a flower pot on top of that and choose whichever flower you want to put in there. Now the next thing we're going to want to do, as you can see, there are still some areas of the floor that look very plain or very dark. So we're just going to create a couple little carpets to be able to hide some lights in the floor. So let's go in here, and one block away from any of these walls, we're going to create a 3-block wide entryway carpet just like this. And we're going to make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks long, and you're going to use black carpet for this, and then you're going to fill in the middle with light gray carpet. And then once you have your carpet determined, you can go ahead and take away some of the middle material and just place a couple of sea lanterns or glowstone, whichever light you prefer to use. We're also going to put another carpet right here. This is a pretty big open space, and I think another carpet might look good. I hope it doesn't overcrowd the floor too much, but we'll see. So let's go ahead and just, even with where the living room carpet starts, let's go ahead and use our black carpet, and let's just create a 4-block wide carpet, and let's bring it out to, let's say there. So you're going to stop it right in the middle of this part of the wall, and you're going to leave 2 blocks of space next to this carpet. And you're just going to fill this in, and go ahead and just place a couple of lights in the middle, and fill in the center with the light gray carpet. So the last real decorative step that we're going to take here is we're going to start placing some paintings. So what you're going to want to do is just make sure that you have any block, doesn't matter which, because you're going to want to be able to block off certain areas to size these paintings the way that you want them to. Because if you were to just place a painting on a big wall like this, you're going to get something huge, versus if you were to block this off and place a painting in the same spot, you'll get the size that you want depending on where you place those blocks. So what we're going to do is we're going to place a block and leave 3 blocks of space in between, and let's just see what we get. I'm not actually sure if there is a 3-block wide painting, so what we might have to do is just go ahead and do a combination, a 2x2 and a 1x2. That should work. Now let's come over to the dining room. let's just place one painting above this sideboard. So let's block it off and place a 1x2 painting just like that. And then there's a little bit more space on this wall. So let's go ahead and place a block roughly around there and make a 2x2 painting, but we already used that one in the entryway. So if you want something different, you can just go ahead and keep deleting and replacing these paintings until you find what you're looking for. Let's do another painting above this little side table. There we go. And let's do a couple of paintings above these shelves. They're just going to be 1x2s. We'll just leave that like that. Let's have another 1x2 right here. Let's throw a painting right in the center. Unless you put something on this wall. I didn't, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and place a 2x2 painting right there. If you wanted to, you could do another painting above the toilet in the powder room. Let's do a couple paintings in here. Let's do a couple paintings above these couches. We'll do 2x2s. And we're just going to center those over the couch cushions. And of course, I'm breaking the walls. And then let's do a couple of paintings in this hallway right here. So let's say we want this to be something long, but we don't want to have something too tall. What we can do is just place like that. And there is this one painting that is 2 blocks tall, but 4 blocks wide. Then let's do a couple of 2x2s over on this wall. So let's place a block. Find something that we haven't already used. Don't break the wall. And then let's go 1 block of space in between. And let's place another one right here. Now let's go into the master bedroom. Let's place a painting over here on this wall. Use a 2x2. Let's do a 1x2 above the desk. If you want, you could place a painting in the bathroom. Let's do one on this wall next to the vanity. Let's do a 1x2 like that. Come into the bedroom across the hall. Let's put a 2x2 painting right here in this open space. And let's do a 1x2 above the dresser. I use that one a lot. Let's use this one. And then let's come into this last bedroom. And there's really not a ton of space in here. You could put a painting in here instead of shelves, but let's just do a 1x2 over the dresser once again. And then we do have a little bit of extra space right here, so let's go ahead and throw in another 2x2. And let's do the same thing over here. And really, that's all you need to do in terms of paintings. You don't need to totally fill the place up. In fact, I'm not even sure if I like this one sitting right here, so I'm just going to go ahead and take that away. Alright, so the final step for the interior of this house is really just going to be filling in all the remaining doorways that we haven't done anything with. So anything that's open like this, all you're going to do is you're going to take dark oak planks and place a door just like that. Now, with these closet doors, all you're going to want to make sure is that these gold door handles are facing inward towards each other. And sometimes you can get them to cooperate and sometimes you can't. And really, it's not the end of the world if you can't. I just think it looks better. See, and this is the issue I was talking about. I don't know why it does that sometimes, but oh well. It's not the end of the world. As long as it's covered, that's all that matters. Alright, so at this point, we've completed the interior of this house. The next video in the series is going to be doing the exterior. I actually filmed that prior to doing this video, just so I had an exterior thumbnail. But if you like this video, if you like my suggestions, if you like the way this house is laid out, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. As always, subscribe for more content and recommend to a friend who loves to build. And with that, let's go ahead and take a look at everything we've done.